We hope you're wearing the green today on this special presentation of the NBA on St. Patrick's Day. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer. All the leading up to this one has been about the impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
And Mexico City calls their first time out of the game.
Let's keep it going. For your Mexico City Dancers.
Here's Smooth. The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. And Fernie Simons out there with Shaedon Sharpe. Then it's Avdia. Then it's Clint Capella. And it's Kamare in at the 3 to small forward. Here's Smooth. Can't hit from in close. Simons, the pass to Sharpe. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Oh, gritty play by Sharpe inside. Defense puts contact on the rookie, and he still gets it to fall.
Here's Smooth. Coming in off a 21-point game his last outing. Portland had Greg one of the great guard combinations in Clyde Drexler and Terry Porter.
Man, that was one heck of a backcourt, and they really complemented each other so well. Drexler with his explosive scoring ability, and Porter who could just do a little bit of everything.
No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also. Here's Simons. And it's Mexico City with the rebound. In the corner, it's James. And Capella sends it back.
Opponents have to be careful when Capella is in the area. What an impressive display of timing.
And the wide open shot from Avdia bangs home the trifecta.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Simons finds Sharpe. Simons surveying the D. Right wing. 6 on the shot clock. The 3 ball. P-Train with the rebound. For Mexico City, they've gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. Here's Smooth. And he's currently averaging more than 26 points a game. Such a force. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Sharpe on the wing. Inside. Stolen. Here's Whitehead. That one's in. His first shot this game.
Yeah, what a nice play. Just a coast-to-coaster by himself off of that steal.
And Simons has it in the corner. Simons with the screen for Sharpe. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
How about that move by Sharpe against the defense, getting them to put contact on him so he can draw the foul.
And he's good on the second. Timeout called here. Mexico City decides to talk it over. They traveled to Portland last time they faced the Trailblazers and came away with the win.
Well, it's easy to score when you're facing very little resistance. That's why their offense looks so good now.
Well, give them some credit for taking advantage of a weak defense and capitalizing on every mistake. Boy, that's too easy to miss, but somehow he finds a way to do it.
Simons finds Avdia. Capella with a screen on James. Outside, Avdia. Portland needs to get off a shot. Simons from outside. Third time is not the charm. 0 for 3 from the floor so far. James outside. Has to be trained. The shot goes down and he gets this game back to even. B-Train's got his second best.
Well, he knew what he wanted to do there. Uses that height to get a clean look over the smaller defender.
Outside, Avdia. Up top, Sharp. His scoring totals are something to take note of. He's averaging over 19 points a game.
Oh, nice job executing inside. Sharp's confidence is what makes him such a dangerous player.
Has to be trained. Here's Whitehead. James outside. Mexico City needs to get a shot off here. Out of bounds, Portland takes possession.
All right, a chance to check out the stats for Smooth. He's been fantastic over the last 10 games or so, averaging about 23 points per, 12 assists, and 8 rebounds. And with his great passing, he's been a catalyst for their offense, often seeing plays even before they materialize.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Great anticipation, excellent peripheral vision. His talents are really shining through.
Just has a nose for the ball. Capella skilled at gaining ideal position for those offensive rebounds.
There's the screen. Smooth passes to Beach. It's stolen by Capella. Now, here's Sharp. The Trailblazers working the ball around now. Capella inside. He's coming off a 10-point game against New Orleans.
And defenders have to be mindful of Capella. His length and strength can be a problem down low.
James outside. Lets the three fly. That's in. He found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
And James picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Henderson's checked in for the Trailblazers.
Trailblazers substitution. Number 0.
Sharp the pass to Simons. From past the arc. And it's Mexico City with the rebound. And each season, GA, it seems like Anthony Simons is given more and more responsibility.
And you can understand why. He's proven to be a versatile scorer. And now we are seeing him take the next step with his playmaking.
And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Well, we are quickly reaching the end of the regular season. Doris, are you as excited as I am for the playoffs coming up?
Definitely, Kevin, and I know it's on the players and coaches' minds. It's right there waiting for us. But let's remember, the most mature teams, the best teams, recognize games are still to be played. You cannot let the playoffs distract you from what's in front of your face.
With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, Anthony Simons came into the NBA at age 19 and he's paid his dues, working his way up from the end of the bench to a starring role. Coach Chauncey Billups says he just believes he's one of the best players in the NBA. Confidence is a big thing. Well, Kevin, he certainly earned it. Back to you.
I would totally agree with you, D.A. Thank you so much. Fires from deep. Here's B-Train. The rebound by Simons. Trailblazers leading by 3. Sharp on the wing. Buries it from 3-point range. Sharp's got 8 points.
Great at creating shots. Sharp did it there with that catch and shoot.
Outside, James. They set the screen to the inside. B-Train, and it's Portland with the rebound. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
And coming into that one, looking to be competitive, but the disparity in talent just too great.
You have the sense that they expected that result. Once they dug themselves into a hole, I thought they let go of the rope. Well, known for being a terrific passer, he shows you right there. Case in point.
Pass to Smooth. Score of the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
Henderson outside. Simons from outside. Drills the three-pointer. He has 6.
And you got to get out on the head if you're the defense. Simons, too big a threat from deep.
James, the pass to Whitehead. Here's Freeman Liberty. Here's Smooth. And the dunk to finish it off. Beauty.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
Pocket 6. Simons. Smooth with the rebound.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
There's B-Train. Capella covering. Pass to Smooth. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Boy, when he's this deep, it's going to be tough to stop him, especially with a smaller defender.
And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for Portland.
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far, they are hitting at a high clip.
And they've also shown dominance in the paint so far tonight, really putting the work in down low.
Back to Avdia. Ayton sets the pick for Avdia. 13 feet away. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Avdia's got 7 points.
Well, the defense just concedes that mid-range, and Denny Avdia says, I'll have at it.
Out to the wing. Here's Smooth. He's got 5. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. 7 points in the game. And here's Henderson. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. 4-point game. Several teams changing it up here.
First personal foul, 4th team foul. Substitution on the court.
Up top, Sharp. Back to Henderson. Henderson with a screen on Park. A shot by Sharp. Nobody around. And they hit it back. Here's Ayton. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Trailblazers lead by 6.
Well, we're talking about a big-time rebounder. DeAndre Ayton's timing, excellent.
Down low, here's George. And it's Portland with the rebound. 1:05 left here in the opening quarter. Back to Henderson. On the wing, Harris. Henderson outside. Williams sets a screen for Henderson. Buries the long-range jumper.
A part of Henderson's game that's improving. Nice to see him build some confidence from behind the line.
Now, here is Irving. His last outing, he had 8 points. On pass to George, and stolen by Ayton. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Harris, no good.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
And they should, because it's when you start turning down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
Shot clock at 6. And on the way from Irving for 3. It's good from long range.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers with their leads. And it's Good to have you back with us as we celebrate St. Patrick's Day with more NBA action on 2K Sports. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
On the court right now for the Trailblazers, the guard pair are Henderson and Sharp. Harris is out there with Rob Williams. And it's Ayton in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Trailblazers leading by 6. Henderson looking it over. Pass to Sharp. Offensive rebound. Sharp on the wing. Ayton sets the pick for Sharp. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Sharp's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the Trailblazers. Here's Smooth. Henderson defending. Smooth misses.
Yeah, and he had the D tangled up there with that patented crossover. Just couldn't convert the finish.
Harris outside. Ayton a screen on James. Harris passes to Ayton. You know, a trend that's been unmistakable, Greg, over the last few decades has been the number of positionless players.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing, right? So many players now with diversity in their skill set, and there's no need to commit a player to a certain role just based on their size.
Trailblazers making a switch here. Kamar is checked in.
I think what you like most about DeAndre Ayton is probably how efficient he is on the offensive end. Now, obviously, the next step, he's got to raise his game and defensive intensity on that end of the floor.
Three-pointer. Freeman Liberty, no good. Last game for Mexico City, it was a loss to the Spurs.
Painful to watch, guys. You could see their frustrations mounting, unable to get into any kind of a rhythm whatsoever.
I thought they were outworked and outplayed in just about every phase of the game. Maybe that's one of those situations where you say, hey, let's move on.
Ayton finds Sharp. Henderson outside. Ayton sets the pick for Henderson. The 3. B-Train with the rebound. B-Train's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Smooth. Now here's Henderson. Defense is right there. This one for 3. It's through for a second basket. He's now 2 for 6.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Mexico City trails by 8. Pass to Smooth. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. That's good by Whitehead.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
Henderson passes to Ayton. And here's Sharp. They set the pick. Shoots the 3. And it's Mexico City with the rebound. B-Train's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Whitehead deciding where to go with it. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
Jump ball call.
Sharp with it. 10 points for him. Ayton, the pass to Sharp. Henderson outside. A 3. That's a good shot, and now he's 3 for 7.
2 trays now in the second quarter after he hit one in the first.
Outside, James. Jacks up a three. Rebound by Williams. Portland leading by 8. Pass to Ayton. And a miss there on the triple.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
Here's B-Train. He's covered by Ayton. And here's James outside. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. Ayton's got his 5th rebound in this one. Sharp, the pass to Henderson. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Pass to Sharp. Sinks the three-pointer. And now it's an 11-point Portland lead.
An exciting player coming into his own. We're seeing all of what Sharp has in this one.
Timeout called here. Mexico City decides to talk it over. Mexico City making some changes. Carr, he's checked in for Whitehead, and Irving subbed in for Smooth. And then for the Trailblazers, Avdia comes in for Williams. And it's Simons in for Henderson. Back to Irving. Shoots over Simons. Irving, good. Irving's got 5.
Listen, he hits that shot on a regular basis. Give credit to the offense for getting him a clean look.
Now here's Ayton. D right on him. That's a 2 from Simons. Miss number 6 for him. He's made 2 of his 8 attempts. To the paint. Here's Freeman Liberty. Good, and the assist goes to James. 5 points in the game.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Pass to Avdia. And here is Simon. From outside, off the mark. To the middle, stolen by Avdia. Here's Kamare. Takes the 3. It's rebounded by Carr.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
And Dora says we watch Avdia. He's a real threat from the perimeter now.
Yeah, Kevin, he's really good at a lot of different things on a basketball floor. I think the consistency from range wasn't there early, and defenders would give him a cushion. That is no longer the case.
Outside, Simons. 6 to shoot. Now, here's Ayton. Guarded close. And it's blocked. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Both teams will make substitutions. Mexico City trails by 7. And here's Irving. He's got 5. Here's Jeffries. And once again off the mark by Mexico City. And Simons has it in the corner. Count the basket. Avdia's got 9.
Well, close range looks, highly coveted. Avdia is all about it.
For Mexico City, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Henderson against Irving. Pass to Carr. To the left wing. Irving with it. George passes to Kennedy. It's over Avdia. And once again off the mark by Mexico City. Henderson finds Avdia. Outside, Simons. And they'll get another chance. Ayton a screen on Irving. Henderson passes to Ayton. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
Well, the big man flashing his touch. DeAndre Ayton makes it look easy.
Here is Jeffries. Hasn't made one yet. Here's Carr. A three-pointer is right on target.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
Henderson passes to Avdia. Back to Henderson. Now Ayton, defended by George. Shoots from 8. And again, it's Portland converted.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Outside Irving. Pass to Carr. From downtown, drains the three-pointer. Carr's got 6 points in the quarter.
Pretty dime there, the kind of ball movement coaches love to see.
Henderson kicks to Simons. Back to Henderson. Launches it from deep. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. And the Trailblazers lead by 10. Now Irving. He has 5. Jeffries tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, and it's no good. Outside Simons. Portland moving the ball around. Back to Henderson. Ayton dishes to Henderson. Clock at 6. To the right side. Fires from the corner, and that one drops. Kamare's got the lead up to 12 now for the Trailblazers.
Well, you won't see that kind of shot fall very often. Thank your lucky stars.
And there's George. That's good on the assist by Irving.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Avdia. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, Avdia plays with such good energy. That by itself sometimes can get you to the foul line.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Not a different look now for Portland. Clint Capella comes in for DeAndre Ayton. And it's Sharp in for Henderson.
A little breakdown there, letting them get that rebound. Can't allow that to happen.
Nice job capturing the moments on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Irving passes to Carr. Irving kicks to Jeffries. Pass to Carr. Now here's Irving. Defended by Avdia. It's blocked.
Avdia, great timing, contesting that. Send it back, young sir.
Portland leading by 13. Now, here's Sharp. Here's Capella. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Aggressive move by Capella. His length and athleticism. It's tough to handle when he gets the ball that deep.
Capella, 2 shots.
And he sinks the second. There's 37 seconds left in the first half. Here is Jeffries. Scoreless thus far. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. For Mexico City, they've shot 1 of 3 from the line tonight, missing 2 earlier on. First one falls for him. Both free throws good for Irving. We got 22 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Now, here's Simons. They had a 24-point outing in their last game against New Orleans. Capella with a screen on Irving. 3-pointer, Simons. And no good. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. And they're winning the turnover battle very easily in this one. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Hey, folks. Happy you joined us.
They're within striking distance. They've done a few good things out there, but rebounding is not one of them, Shaq.
Probably the difference in the game. And now, not a bad time to take a look at the schedule ahead.
And that game against the Nuggets. On paper, these teams are pretty even. So what will be the determining factor there, Ernie? I'm not sure, but they got to avoid mental errors.
Shaq, you agree with Kenny?
Not all.
That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more Hoops action.
with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Shaedon Sharpe really making a difference here.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
We've got James smooth out there with Whitehead. There's B-Train, and it's Freeman Liberty in a power forward position. And for Portland, we've got Sharpe. Avdia out there with Clint Capella. Then it's Anthony Simons. And it's Kamare in at the small forward position. Simons with the screen for Avdia. Misses the three.
And I thought that was going to drop. That looked good from here.
Pass to B-Train. James with it, covered by Simons. To the wing right side. 6 on the shot clock. Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut down now to just 9 in the basket from Whitehead. Simons with the ball. He's got 6. Takes a 3. Here's Capella. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Well, their first basket in 4 tries. Can that trigger a little bit of good shooting here? We'll find out.
Portland, they have made 2/3 of their free throws tonight. 6 of 9 to be exact.
And the defense Capella provides is huge. I mean, a legitimate shot blocking threat who also rebounds the ball at an efficient rate.
Inside, it's deflected.
He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Trailblazers leading by 10. Simons, the pass to Capella. Portland moving the ball around. Right at the free throw line. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Simons has got 8 points.
Oh, gritty inside. Simons amongst the big bodies.
Here's Smooth. He's got 9. There's the pick. Down low.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
For Mexico City, they've shot 3 of 5 at the foul line.
As a team, they're down around 72% for the season.
And he makes both free throws. Here's Simons. He's got 8. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Capella sets a screen for Simons. To the paint. Fast break. Here we go. Pass to Smooth. They get a hand on it. Here's Kamare. James covering. Capella dishes to Avdia. Sharpe connects from three-point range. 16 points for him.
And nice work on the perimeter. Defenses must respect Sharpe's range.
Timeout called here. Mexico City decides to talk it over.
Definitely not pleased with their rebounding at the defensive end. The number of putbacks they've allowed has been terrible. I'm sure that's what he's going to address during this timeout.
And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Here's Smooth. He's got 9. Pass to B-Train. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on Clint Capella. And so often, we'll hear talk about how many rings a great player has. Doris, do we emphasize that maybe too much?
I think, Kevin, first and foremost, a great player is great no matter what. This is a team sport, and a player doesn't have control necessarily of the parts and pieces behind him or the organization within which he's trying to succeed. Titles matter, certainly, there's no question, and it's great fodder for fans, but it's not how I define a great player.
To the inside, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
And I gotta say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still, a magnificent move to the rim. Nice angle on that replay with the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's Kamare. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Pass to Freeman Liberty. Back to James. Here's Smooth. James, the pass to Smooth. Good, and the assist goes to James. James has got 3 assists in the game.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
Pass to Avdia. Inside. Sharp, the pass to Capella. Outside, Simons. And the 3 off target.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack. And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Pass to Capella. And here's Sharp. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Sharp's got 19 points.
The defense a step slow. You can see the result.
Here's Whitehead. Here's Smooth. 11 points in the game. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession. Let's quickly take a look at the standings out west. The season nearly complete. You look at Mexico City. If the playoffs started today, they'd hold the number 5 seed. Of course, they're looking to build on that. And of course, the Trailblazers. They're much further down in the standings right now.
And you know, for Mexico City, it looks at this point like they will not enjoy home court advantage in the postseason. That was a spot that a lot of people had them penciled into at one point.
Here's Sharp. No good on the 3. Mexico City trails by 12. Here's Whitehead. He's got 8. The rebound by Sharp. Outside, Simons. And it's Mexico City with the rebound. Smooth's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. A move that likely helped the league's parity has been shortening max contract lengths. Commissioner Silver says we used to refer to it as dead money, a star player toward those end years sitting on the bench. We've reduced max contracts to 5 years, and in some cases 6. This way, it moves to more pay for performance. Kevin?
I think, DA, that's a pretty good business decision. It's going to have nice ramifications. Here's Freeman Liberty. He's got 7. Outside, Simons. At the top of the key, Capella. Pass to Simons. 5 on the clock. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Since Simons entered the league as a teenager, he's done a great job working on that strength.
Carr, he's checked in for Mexico City. Irving comes in for Smooth. Scoot Henderson's checked in for the Trailblazers. Mexico City trails by 17. Irving passes to Beatrice. Trains it from 17 feet out. Train's got 9 points in the quarter. For Portland, they've gotten half their shots to drop in the second half up to this point, going 7 of 14. 3-pointers, Simons. And it's Mexico City with the rebound. Carr inside. Henderson defending. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard to see which teams have been the best in the rebounding department since the All-Star break. 5th best, the Trailblazers.
I mean, they just out-muscle their opponents under the glass. I mean, impressive rebounding numbers, and they've really only gotten better.
He's off on the second. Henderson kicks to Simons. Capella, the pass to Henderson. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Here's Sharp. B-Train with the rebound. B-Train's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Floats it up for James. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Capella with a screen on Irving, and he lobs it up toward the rim, and the dunk by Capella.
And this is the chemistry Capella has with his guys. Exceptional at feeling when to go for alley-oops.
Irving looking for an opening. His 3-pointers off the mark. Trailblazers leading by 14. Back to Sharp. Pass to Avdia. Simon's on the wing. Avdia with a screen for Simon. From deep. Sinks the triple. Simons has got 11 points in the quarter.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
And stolen by Sharp. Here's Avdia. And some very quick points for him on that possession. Avdia's got 14. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Trailblazers.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
Second chance points have also been a big part of what's happened in this game. Crashing the boards with authority, turning those opportunities into second chance points. Boy, big time on the offensive glass.
Hits it from 3-point range.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor space.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team. Productive and efficient.
Out to the right wing. Pass to B-Train. To stop the run. Freeman Liberty, no good.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Off target with his 3.
Well, after hitting 1 triple in the first half, it's been all radio silence since.
Here's James. And once again off the mark by Mexico City. Here's Sharp. Hands it from downtown. Sharp's got 22.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Irving a screen on Avdia. Here's Freeman Liberty, defended by Avdia. Shot clock at 6. Goes up from the top of the key. The Trailblazers pull it in. Capella's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Kept alive. Avdia gets the bucket. Avdia's got 16 points.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Fires from 14. And Irving with the basket on the assist by James. James has got 5 assists tonight. And here is Simons. He's got 17. Capella with a screen on Carr. Simons kicks to Anderson, fires the 3, and that one released in time, but no good. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Portland out in... And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And Mexico City shooting straight 49% from the field. We've got Smooth. Whitehead out there with George. And it's Jeffries in at the small forward. Yep, that one goes in there.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
Pass to Kamare. Now Henderson. Outside, Avdia. Doris, why is there so much parity around the NBA now?
Yeah, Kevin, I think the new salary cap rules have certainly contributed to what we're seeing in terms of that parity. Super teams are more difficult to assemble. The talent is more evenly spread. And obviously, it has made for a greater level of competition. What could be better? Well, they're trying to establish their attack down in the paint. And make no mistake, these help their overall confidence.
Henderson passes to Avdia. Back to Henderson. Puts up a three. It's good, and it's his sixth make against 11 attempts.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Smooth passes to George. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
You know, the assist is the key part of that play. The pace on the bounce pass, perfect.
Avdia with a screen for Henderson. And it's off from three-point range. For Mexico City, they've gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. And stolen by Thibault. And now Portland on the break.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Pass to Smooth. To the paint, looking for George. He gets it there. Good.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. Next step for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Now here's Ayton. He's tightly guarded. Offensive rebound.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Whitehead passes to Smooth. We've heard some players, Doris, propose that refs should be fined for missed calls, especially with the game on the line. What do you think?
Kevin, I couldn't disagree more. First and foremost, the level of accountability for NBA officials is unprecedented. And keep in mind, there is discipline for high-profile mistakes and mistakes of all kinds. Every single game, every single call is evaluated, and you see their progression in terms of, yes, they'll officiate in the playoffs, or no, they won't. We are right where we need to be. Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want.
And there's the call on Matisse Thybulle. That is his first foul of the game. And Portland making a change here. Capella's checked in.
In the lineup for the Trailblazers, number 31, Clint Capella.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. And once again off the mark by Mexico City.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Over to the wing. And Ayton throws it down.
Well, Mr. Ayton decides, why just lay it up when you can finish with authority?
Here's Smooth. There's the pick. Pass to George. Ball's knocked loose. Now, Avdia. Here's Kamare. Avdia kicks to Henderson. Here's Ayton. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. For Mexico City, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Here's Smooth. He's covered by 8. And it goes down 2 points. And that's 15 points for Smooth.
Boy, this guy has been terrific. The rest of the team, however, struggling.
Here's Avdia. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Here's Smooth. And yep, finally drops it, rolling around the rim. Smooth's got 6 points in the quarter.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
To the middle, here's Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
And Capella has run pick and roll so many times, adept at knowing where to cut after the screen.
They set the pick. Here's Smooth, the three from George. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 in the game.
And he's caught fire this quarter, yet to miss a shot.
Now here's Henderson. Capella with it. Henderson outside. Clock at 6. From outside the arc. That one, no good.
I think he's got to settle down, because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter, he has been completely bothered.
From deep, George. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got 7 rebounds in the game. Launches a 3, and the basket by Kamare.
Yeah, just sensing the defensive overcommitment there. Avdia making them pay with the right time pass.
Here's Smooth. Outside, George. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Portland's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the 4th and been successful 3 times. Pass to Kamare. Portland moving the ball around. Henderson for 3. Smooth with the rebound.
He needs to drive to the rim. The shot just not going.
You know, Doris, I'm not sure many people take into account what a grind the NBA season is.
I couldn't agree more, Kevin. And listen, these guys have the best of what's available. They stay at top quality hotels. They have incredible professionals that take care of them. But there is no making up for a lack of sleep when you've played a game at 8 o'clock at night. You leave the arena at 1, and you may arrive in your next city at 4 or 5 a.m. and tip off that night at 7. And this goes on week after week. It is not easy.
And so Whitehead will bring it up for Mexico City. And Scoot Henderson picks up the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Out to the right wing. Here's Smooth. Henderson defending. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Personal foul.
And he knocks down the first one. And the Trailblazers making a change here. McGowan's checked in. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Trailblazers leading by 23. Harris setting the pick for Henderson. Down low. And the basket by Harris. Harris has got his first 2 points.
And it does a world of good for them to have Harris getting busy inside. Gives them that inside-out edge they're looking for.
To the middle, and he dunks it down.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
And here's Henderson. We're in the world now of super agency, which consolidate player representation. What do you think?
Good, Kev. I think obviously it gives some more power to the players because of the bargaining leverage. But for player movement, does it give more power to the big market teams? We're going to have to watch this unfold.
And stolen by James. Pass to Whitehead. The Trailblazers pull it in. Now Henderson. Harris a screen. Henderson left side. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
High motor type of player. Henderson fighting tooth and nail down low.
Alex Caruso is checked in for the Trailblazers. Good on the second free throw. Mexico City has gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Outside, James. Pass to Smooth. 6 on the shot clock. B-Train. And the rejection by Ayton. Up top, Henderson. Williams with the ball. Shoots over James. Williams can't hit. 1:32 left in the fourth quarter.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Trailblazers.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so checking out their record tonight, that'll mark win number 32 overall.
Really a big-time win for these guys. They've lost their first 2 games of the year to this team, so they won't be in danger of getting swept when they meet for the 4th time.
And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big-impact game for Deni Avdija.
Boy, I thought his best work was his pursuit of the basketball. He competed for every rebound, fought for position in the paint, and never stopped working. I love it.
Harris setting the pick for Henderson. And it's Mexico City with the rebound. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. Here's Freeman Liberty. And Mexico City, another 3.
Well, this is what they needed earlier on. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
Now here's Henderson. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it,